Wow, that was embarrassing. Well, this is why I felt so nervous about streaming. I'm still not even on the right screen. Wow. Uh, Hello, 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 hello. Sorry I connected that earlier. I should be audible now. Man, I feel like an idiot. That's true. The keycaster might have a password. I should get rid of that. Don't want people snooping on me. Definitely not the NSA. I just closed the wrong program. It's a Java application anyways. I'm so sorry for the audio issues. I guess I'll repeat everything I said. When I upload this as a video, then I think I'm gonna leave all this in so people can make fun of me. I'm sculpting a mineral creature. See that? Chat app back up. Stupid chat app disabled. Oops. And that's today's Sculpt January topic. That's a drawing that I drew real fast. I think I'm getting too focused on the details, actually, now that I look at it again. I have been a fool. Flatten, flatten, flatten. Let's switch to area plane. And those edges a bit. Yeah, we don't actually have rocks in Florida, so I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of guessing. What rocks shaped like? I don't know what a hardcore email user is. Explain that to me, please. Coquina's rocks. Coquina's shells. I don't have a PGP password on my email, if that's what you're asking. But I don't use Gmail either. I haven't set up an email server. Maybe that'll answer your question. Do I send a lot of emails? Oh gosh, did you get one of those enhance your vitality daily with this one small supplement? Because that wasn't me. It was my cousin Vinny. I can guess from the name of that what that might entail. I should not check that out. Not while I'm streaming. I appreciate the recommendation, my friend. Thank you for joining me also. I decided to start making videos again. I got so busy with my day job that I just kind of let it fall to the wayside. And I really feel like I have a lot to teach people about Blender, about 3D art. And sculpting isn't my main thing. I'm really mostly a technical artist. But I do like to make characters and to do sculpts. So this might be good. Too. Just gonna have fun with it. Just gonna take it real easy. Gonna increase my Dentapo level. I can handle it. Yeah, I'll check that out when I get off of this. Yeah, these challenges are both a good way to force yourself to get back to it and to discourage yourself because there's no way to meet all the deadlines. Seriously, who has time for this? I know I don't. That's why I'm doing this at 10, 11 o'clock. Colmac? I don't know what Colmac is. Is that another 3D art program? Not proprietary, is it? I might have to pull out a Richard Stallman meme. If it is. But man, I'm using Blender 10, 12 hours a day. It's... Oh, it's Colmac. It's like it's not QWERTY, it's right. Yeah, Blender is definitely very, very hardcore wedded to QWERTY. Maybe you could get by with like Azerty or Quartz or something. But that would kill me if I had to do that. Oh, good enough. Breton. Here we go. I've been making all kinds of excuses about like not making videos. Like, oh, I want to make a new mascot for my channel, and oh, I don't have time because I want to try to do too much editing and blah blah blah. But maybe what I should do, not aim so high and just make stuff, see if people like it. I'm really only doing this because I like to make learning content. Oh gosh, I sound like a soy boy. Content. Making content. Subscribe to my old, like, Patreon for my content. Sorry about that. Need to write a program to parse the key map of the crappy Python script and rebind everything to the Colmac alternative. You know, you can actually edit the key bindings with Blender's Python API. So I was going to do that. I would just make a dictionary in Python that is all of the QWERTY keyboards and all of the Colmac keyboards. And yeah, you caught me. If I make an OnlyFans, it's gonna be called Nude Spaghetti. I'm not gonna make an OnlyFans though. Yeah, but you could just run that once in Blender and save your settings, and then like make sure to keep a config file around. Something I might try doing, especially since I've got all this streaming stuff set up, is like a live add-on coding thing. That might be fun. I am working on a very interesting Blender add-on right now, if I may say so myself. It involves nodes, and it's something that nobody else has ever done before. I like open source software, so maybe open development is something I should try. I don't know how interesting that would be to watch. But who knows? I don't know if there's anybody else doing that. I guess the Blender developers do a live making Blender thing. I've caught a few of those. Man, being employed sucks. I hate having to work all day. I've been missing the Blender Today live streams for months now. I have no idea what's going on with all my new versions and new, like, my 3.0s and 3.1s, and for all I know, I'm using, like, an ancient version of... I'm not using an ancient version of Blender, right? I'm using an alpha version. Real-time voxel ray tracing engine in Blender. Have you heard of, it's called malt or beer? Here, I've got text window. And 4K screens make it hard to grab those little divisions. I don't remember which one it is, but the BNPR folks made a rendering engine that renders to OpenGL into the Blender window, and I am totally going to steal their code for my own projects, especially since they put it on one of those permissive licenses for a GPL software. I'm definitely going to steal their code. I think it would be really cool to make a Blender add-on that implements the Godot. Oh gosh, please don't say you want to implement Rust in Blender. I was coming to like you, Uber Eats. Might have to have a fight about this Rust thing. But what I want to do is I want to implement the Godot shader system into Blender, and I actually have never used Rust. I'm just a Python pleb, to be honest. But it's trendy to hate on Rust. I do so love following trends. What was I just talking about? I want to make a add-on that implements the Godot rendering API into Blender so that people can live make Godot shaders in the Blender window so that they can do all of their asset production in Blender. If I ever try to make a game, then I'm not gonna deal with the separation. I'm probably just gonna make my own tools for it. Make that bigger. Let's make that bigger. That's nothing. Oh gosh, what's that doing? Why isn't it? Use the original normal, please. Yeah. Well, not even integrated with Eevee, just because Eevee's its own rendering engine. And under the hood, Eevee is kind of annoying because it's part of Blender. It's not an add-on like Cycles is. Cycles is actually its own project. It's under a different license than Blender. Caleb, no one asked you. I know that guy with the dumb profile picture that keeps calling me a nerd. I know he is a 35-year-old virgin living in his mother's basement. And you totally just threw me off. Anyways, yeah, so Cycles is a different project, and you can actually find Cycles out in other programs out in the wild. I believe it's in Poser, I think it's in Rhino, and it's also in Cinema 4D. The guys who make Cycles 4D actually are like a gold or platinum tier sponsor for the Blender Foundation. So they're all right, you know. They're using open source software and contributing back to it. At least financially, I doubt they're giving any code back. Maybe they are. But yeah, there's a group of Cycles ports out there. I think somebody even ported it to 3ds Max one time. But I'm sure that's ancient now. I mean, does anybody even use Max anymore? It's so bloated. I guess ArcViz people do. I'd like to learn it. Windows only, though. Um, but yeah, so Eevee's a little bit annoying because it's not an add-on. I wish what they had done was make Eevee like portable like cycles so that everything that implements cycles can also implement Eevee. Because the thing that makes Eevee great is that it is cycles but in the viewport. So you can barely tell the difference when you pull it off real well. Can I get some more Dintopo, please? Got enough RAM to just burn. That's what it's there for. I needed to practice for having 50 Firefox tabs open later. Yeah, like imagine how cool it would be if Eevee was just something that anybody could pick up and not only add to their project but contribute to. I mean, how many more shaders and nodes and stuff will we have in Eevee if anybody could implement stuff? We might even have what to me would be the holy grail of Eevee nodes. The there's one feature in the texture coordinate node, this from instancer checkbox. What that does is if you have an object that's like a particle system or hair or dupliverts, you can click on that and it will use the UV map from the object that's instancing it. Oh, goodness gracious. And it's just so useful. You can get all kinds of cool effects with it, but you can't do it in Eevee, so you have to do all kinds of weird tricks to like bake that into the object, and that doesn't always work. I get the feeling our friend Uber Eats is a big fan of voxel ray tracing. I think it would be kind of interesting to bring back the old style of like crappy ray tracing engines, like Toy Story 1. It's kind of charming because nobody does that kind of 3D anymore because everyone's got something better, and because those old ray tracing engines are actually slow compared to modern solutions to the same problem. We've had smarter programmers working on it with better hardware. And I feel like if you made a new one of those old ray tracers, you could make it super fast. And you could have a unique style to go along with it. And again, it might just look terrible. Who knows? Something that I used to do a lot when I was more unemployed and had more time on my hands was I used to like look up and read articles about rendering techniques and graphics techniques and stuff. They're all out there. I never really had what it took to implement them in something. I would have been very happy to try. I want more there. I want more. Maybe this needs to be really cut. Need to break things up a bit. I feel like I'm spending too much time detailing this. Not enough time making it into a character. Oh, are you that guy that has that channel where he's like, live coding C++ ray tracing engine for my new game engine? And, you know, the guy starts his channel where he's like, oh, I'm gonna make a game. And he ends up just being the YouTube channel about the game engine. Never actually makes a game. if that's you, I'm not making fun of you, but I'm kind of making fun of you. We've all done it. So, I mean, I was just talking about making a. If I ever make a game, I'm gonna make a rendering engine in Blender first. Well, you should make a YouTube channel out of that. I think that guy's got a bunch of subscribers. Not that that's worth anything. The real money is in being an e-girl. Which unfortunately I'm not really capable of. Try though I might. Just make sure you don't give people the expectation that you're going to upload every week, because you're going to disappoint them, and you're going to disappoint yourself, and you're going to feel guilty about it. Part of me wants to say that it's only going to be rendered for one view, so like why do the back? But it's a Sculpt January challenge. I better do it like in 3D. Why is it? There we go. About that. Oh gosh. I swear the layer brush didn't used to act like this. My day. And I started using Blender way back in 2.6 something. So I really am quite old. Quite advanced in years. Which I actually think is really valuable, especially if I'm going to be making tutorials. Because a lot of people, you know, they start their YouTube channels, and they're like, oh, beginner's guide to Blender. And then you watch a few videos, and you're like, this guy is a beginner. Of course it's a beginner's guide. That's all you know how to do is beginner stuff. Some of them are for reals. But beginners have trouble spotting the good information and the bad information. So I really think it's doing them a disservice to flood the internet with all these beginner guides. Why I kind of early on decided, oh, I'm not going to make any beginner stuffs because there's so much of it, and I don't want to be yet another one of those people that's like, I'm a beginner's guide to Blender. Here's how you do everything with the tools instead of like operators. Here's how you never learn hotkeys, even though they will help you tremendously. Hate those. I mean, I did. My brother was asking me about Blender, and I told him to do the donut tutorial. So maybe I'm, maybe I'm guilty of some of that. No, not throwing shade at Blender Guru either. He's doing a service to the Blender community. I still remember his like make rain fall tutorial and his like jerry can tutorial way back in the day. I have no idea what he's like these days, but when I was just starting Blender, you know, that was one of my go-tos. It was Blender Guru and Blender Cookie. Back then it was Blender Cookie. No, I'm not using a standing desk. Sorry. I know it's bad for my quads or something. Do without the constant criticism. So Uber, you're kind of an old one too then. Back in the 2.7 days, that was a long time ago. That was forever ago. Man, 2.8 is old these days. And it was this, like, revolutionary new thing. I'm going over the same area. Okay. I'm gonna just speed run the rest of this. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not used to doing speed sculpts, and it's actually surprisingly difficult to work and talk. But I feel like this is more fun for everybody if I talk. And if you disagree with me, I'm still gonna talk. Because it's my channel. Maybe you can have your fun, mocking me or tell me to shut up if you want to. Yeah, I mean, back in the 2.8 days, I was downloading the betas and using it even though it was crashing every 30 seconds. Because I'm like, the Blender Animation Studio switched to 2.8. They said so in a video somewhere. If they can do it, I can do it. Now, of course, they had people, like, in the room to fix the bugs for them. Like this. I can't see my screen. Oh, man. I had people in the room to fix the bugs for them, so when they ran into something that stopped them from working, they could just be like, hey, Delay, stick so-and-so on that and have him fix the bug. Get Clement Foucault in here and have him fix the bug. One of my life's goals is to do one of the Blender Open movies. I'm not gonna lie. And it's gonna happen. I'm just gonna need to get like 3 months off work from my current job before I can take on such a responsibility. But I'm gonna do it. It's gonna happen. They'd be lucky to have someone like me working for them. But yeah, I was always using the beta. Not only was I using the beta for my personal work at home, but I actually used it for a school assignment. A very important school assignment that it was like a semester grade. I don't know why I was that bold. Looking back at it, I think that was kind of a stupid choice, to be honest. But I got really high marks because nothing disastrous happened. So, maybe it was a good idea after all. I don't know. Somewhere I have the illustrations I did. But basically what happened was Eevee had just released the shader to RGB node, which allowed me to get some really interesting toon shaders. At that time, I had been using Blender 2.79, of course, like everyone, and I was using Blender Internal to do my toon shaders, and that looks kind of janky. I like that. Let me get some of that jank in there. It is a rock, right? Yeah, so like I built my entire project around that. It was kind of a risk. I'm not sure it was wise to do that. But turned out well, so I guess it was wise. I haven't even had a chance to do that style since then. I miss it so much. I love doing non-photorealistic rendering, but it's just I don't have time. My goal is to stream every night, yes. I'm not really trying to build my audience or anything like that. I just want to get back into the swing of things. And I'm making stuff right now, so I don't have to feel guilty about it. You know, it's not like I'm just sitting around playing video games with my brother is a complete idiot, hogs all the loot, you know, that really is a waste of time, and it makes me feel terribly guilty. But this is not a waste of time. This is career stuff. Yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't really expect anybody to see it because I have been radio silent for months, and I also apparently was completely silent and on the wrong display for the first 15 minutes. Oops. Uh, oops. Um, so I'm pretty happy. Things are going pretty well here. Fun. Having a good time. Flatten that out. I can't look at it. You press Alt B to get yourself one of these cutaways. And you can get into it like this. But then again, if you have to crane your neck to see it, why am I working on it? I'm running out of time here. Speed run. Fast. I had intended to. Yeah, thank you so much for joining, Uber, and for enduring my audio issues. Be nice to see you again on here sometime. No pressure. I might not even be able to keep up this pace. This is the second one of these I've done. I didn't stream yesterday, but I did one of these. I did a quirky hat, which I think I showed already, but I might not have. But I'm gonna edit that and upload it, I think. In fact, what I might do is I might hit these like one at a time and release them over the course of the year, because everybody's gonna see tons of Sculpt January stuff in January. But what if one hits you out of the blue in July? You know, that's something. That's creativity is what that is. Nobody expects that. Yeah, I'm definitely going to try to be faster on the next one, because I've been kind of all over the place with this one. I only spent about an hour and a half on the quirky hat, which was the fourth item. I'm probably going to spend real time on these during the weekend, though. There's a few prompts that I have plans for to do stuff that actually is going to take effort, that I need to care about. Who knows, maybe that's when I lose my steam and like lose the ability to do this. Man, that would be rough. Maybe the truth is I can only make art if I don't care about it. That would explain why I'm doing so well at work. I'm kidding. I care about my job. One of the things I'm hoping to do aside from the sculpting is work on my add-ons. And I realized recently that not a lot of people even know about my paint tools. add-on, which is a rigging set of tools for rigging, which I don't think anybody else has even made besides me. I haven't been able to find any evidence of such a thing. I think I'm the only one. So I feel like it might actually be pretty darn valuable, but nobody knows about it because I never made a video about it. And I just kind of put it online and didn't tell anyone. I've mentioned it a few times in various places, but I've never tried to shill it. And so I'm thinking, what if I put it on the Blender Market and keep it on my GitLab, right? And it's going to be you can just go to my GitLab and have it for free, or you can give me monies if you want to, because you're already here. Feel free to try before you buy. Feel free to buy before you try. Because, you know, if I start actually making some monies off of it, maybe I'll be more motivated to upgrade it and maintain it. Because I really have not done any work on it in a long time. Even though there's a lot of really good things I can add to it, that I even have added to it temporarily for my own purposes from time to time. I wonder also if I could open my channel to do like viewer requests, and not like a. I mean, I'm not gonna sculpt your waifu unless she's also my waifu. But like I'm thinking something more professional, like somewhere halfway between commissioned make this for me and teach me how to make this mentoring tutorial type stuff, tutoring type stuff, right? Because it might be interesting to have someone that does like real tutorials, also doing some one-on-one tutoring videos, and also putting them online. And that's I've had experience doing that already. I've been doing that for a while with a friend that I really should reply to his messages. Sorry, Taz. I've been busy. So I think it might be nice to open that up to more people and charge them for it. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of ways to make my life a little bit more comfy. Because you could always use another dollar, right? I don't have enough yachts in my marina, my private marina. So I'd like to extract every single penny I can from all of the hapless and confused masses. Kind of works better than setting it to view plane. Make a mod? What are you talking about? Mod for what? For Blender? I actually have published a few patches for Blender. Bug fix for copy rotation constraint, and a small feature add-on for the child of constraint. Channel, YouTube chat, live stream. What? Oh, you want me to make you a mod? Oh, I thought you were telling me to make a mod for something. How do I do that? I'm afraid I'm not super technically gifted. Let's see. Oh, add moderator. Hey, that was easy. Okay. It's your job to keep people from bringing too much juvenile humor and good, honest fun. I want you to ensure that everything people say and think has been cleared by CNN for right think. I don't want my channel getting nuked, right? You're already power tripping, aren't you? Go back to Reddit. That's where people like you belong. Just so you know, being my mod does not give you the right to date me. But it does give you the right to send me money and beg me for feed pics that you're not going to get. You know, just so that I can be like, live the e-girl experience. Guess everybody's fantasized about living the e-girl experience. Probably save this. Just, let's see. Mineral creature. Life is so hard. My world is so difficult. So actually, yeah, speaking of my new power mod, who may or may not be Ghislaine Maxwell in real life, I'm planning on doing a lot of community stuff if I can find time for it and if I can just force myself to do it. What's the latest Blender version? The latest released Blender version is 3.0, but I am so fast that I've got 3.1.0 alpha. That I build it from source. Maybe I should make a video about building Blender from source. Maybe not. Pablo Vasquez made one a while back, which is pretty darn good. But it's also pretty darn old, although nothing has changed since then. One of the nice things about building it from source is that I don't have to include all the bloat I don't need. Like, I never render with my graphics card, so I never build it with GPU support. You know, us tech guys are always complaining about bloat. Even though we run, like, graphical user environments with widgets and gizmos and animations. Yeah, I should do more videos. I want to. I might need help from an editor. No, it doesn't really speed anything up, except compiling it, which you wouldn't have to do if you weren't building it from source anyways. But I like to pretend that it makes Blender snappier. Definitely makes it a little bit smaller. So the advantage to building it from source is it means that you can edit it. You can literally just change what it does. So if you're wondering, oh hey, what is Blender doing when I click on this button? Then you can put like print statements in the functions and they'll show up in your terminal. And you'll like live be able to figure out what's going on. It's good for fixing bugs, adding features and stuff. One of the things that I plan on doing maybe on this channel is adding it's a little bit uneven. I like that. Is adding new constraints to Blender. Which would like make the rigging features more flexible and fun. Something I thought of earlier today is like adding the ability to have a B-bone handle that's flipped. I don't know if that means anything to you, but like I'm always having to add extra bones to my rigs that are just the same as an existing bone but turned around backwards, so that another bone can reference that as its B-bone handle, and it's just kind of annoying having to deal with all that. Yeah, B-bone. It's short for bendy bone, or maybe Bezier bone. It's a really neat feature that I think only Blender has. As far as I know, only Blender has it, and it's so good. Like I can't go back to using other softwares to rig stuff because I don't have my bendy bones. So flexible and fun and expressive. You can do stuff with it. You can honestly change the way the rig behaves with the controls that are exposed by it. Just so much fun. Be hard to make a non-rigger understand it though. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you're not very focused and don't do a good job concepting and spend all your time talking. Besides, it doesn't matter if he's volcanic or not. He's still made out of minerals. And that was my goal. Mineral creature. That was the prompt, and that's what I'm doing. Oh gosh, oh goodness. Oh my. It. Zoink. Just mash large portions of it. I'm having fun. That's really all that matters. And I'm annoyed though, because I'm gonna have to go into this like immediately and edit the video and like remove the silence at the beginning. That one like round part. Yeah, this is concept sculpting anyways, so it doesn't have to stick to the original idea, right? You can just have fun with it. Just have fun with it. Anyways, I've got some plans for different things I can do with the community for this channel. I want to set up my own personal private node spaghetti bonafide Fediverse instance. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if I can, I'm going to have like a private one and a public one, or like a private area and a public area, so that people on other Fediverse instances can join the fun. But like Node Spaghetti Feta server membership would be like a premium channel perk for high tier Patreon members or something. Of course, I would use LiberaPay, not Patreon. But Metaverse. Clicking on your link, I hope it's not anything horrible. Oh, it's that. Yeah, it's that cute little enemy from Chrono Trigger. I was probably like in my mind thinking about them when I drew that design. Zoom out. That's gonna have to be good enough. Let's turn it into a creature. Before we do that, let's give it its little feet. It's only got 2 feet. It drags itself around by its front legs. Hey, you're the mod. You're not supposed to be putting words like that in the chat. It's unnecessary. Pathetic. Did topo. I think my Node Spaghetti music suggestion of the day got swallowed up by my audio not working. So I don't stream with background music. I don't make videos with background music because I think that whoever's watching it probably has their own superior taste that they feel like they have. So, you know, you can pick your own music, right? There's no background music. But if there is some like annoying filler track that gets played over and over again, then you can't get rid of that. Anyways, Node Spaghetti's music recommendation for this week is Sean Watkins, who is the guitarist for a band called Nickel Creek, but he also has a solo career. So either of those is a great thing to check out. If you like flat picking, if you like bluegrass, if you like guitar, which you should because they're great. I'm in awe of the guy's talent. I wish I was that good at guitar. I'm pretty good at 3D. But anyways, so yeah, I'm thinking about setting up a LiberaPay. I said Sean Watkins with a sh. Leave this guy. That's fine. It's fine how it is. I'm not going to click on a Spotify link. Who do you think I am? I'm kind of... That's a proprietary. I'm not going to have to pull out my Richard Stallman memes on you, am I? I'll do it. In fact, I should set one of those up in my streaming thing so that I can just click on it and it appears. But actually, the specific song that Node Spaghetti recommends today is a song, the cover of a Rolling Stones song called Dead Flowers. And the only recording of it on YouTube is a video that has like 10,000 views, and it doesn't exist anywhere else. And but you're not going to find it on Spotify. It's like something that this guy recorded in his living room with his friends. And it's an amazing, like, you could put that on a CD and sell it. Like, it's good. And it's just like, I was bored on a Saturday, so I just threw together a video and put it on my personal channel. Like, it's this mind-blowing cover of an already pretty good song. With like original, like all of the music is original. It doesn't sound anything like the song it's covering. Getting tired of being careful, so I'm just kind of throwing this together. Gotta put a little face on this guy so that he counts as a mineral creature, and then I can go to sleep. Song title was Dead Flowers. Not the Demon Hunter song. That one's kind of meh. There's actually a second recording of it that was a live performance, which isn't as good because it's kind of a like let everybody show off their instrument thing instead of a let's make the song beautiful thing. But there's a guy with like a saxophone and a guy with a cello and a guy with a violin. And they're all great, but none of them are half as good as Sean Watkins is. I mean, I wouldn't want to have to play in the same band as him. He's better than me. Yeah, so I'm thinking about setting up a LiberaPay account, and maybe I'll make the Patreons and the subscribesters and what have you. And I'm gonna try to make like the private community like a reward for that, because it's kind of fun to have your own corner of the internet. And of course, everything would be open source software, self-hosted on my website. Because I don't like proprietary stuff. I don't like people snooping on me. I don't like people snooping on you. And I would be remiss in my duties if I don't also teach people the right way to do social medias and messages and stuff. I probably am also gonna have a Discord channel, but I'm gonna make like a matrix room. And I guess the matrix can be Node Spaghetti uncensored. Yeah, it's really hard to find. Let me see if I have a link to it. Hopefully the links won't upset any of the programs like the streaming. I'm actually restreaming this onto Twitch. I'm probably gonna get banned from Twitch at some point, just because I do art stuff, which means that like I might have to look at a reference photo sometime, and I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to turn off the Twitch. That would be funny. Now, if I was an e-girl, I could get away with that. Only if it was myself. Yeah. There's some pretty crazy stories about people doing stuff on Twitch that's just like, we know you're only getting away with that because you have a professional relationship with the people running Twitch. By professional, I mean far from professional. I think they actually made it like illegal on Twitch to insinuate that their relationship with the streamers is inappropriate, which is just proof that it is, right? Anyways, I'm probably already banned off Twitch now. for insinuating that. It was fun while it lasted. All right, let's give him a face. I gotta stop dilly-dallying. Save this. I'm gonna go into face sculpt mode. Goodness gosh, oh my. Blob. That's not what I want. Is there like a way I can just cut into it? There would be the right thing, but I don't have the yeah, I was watching somebody react to a vouch clip earlier today, and I'm like, people actually watch this guy? I was appalled at some of the things he said, but I also wasn't too surprised because I've seen enough clips of him to know the kind of things he says. That's so off center. I can move his hands wherever I want, right? So I'll have like brain damage. Yeah, regularities is definitely good, especially for I mean, every time I work on characters, it's probably going to come up several times this month. But every time I work on characters, I try to implement as much asymmetrical shape into the character design as I can. Because it is that looks terrible. Let's go back on that. I want his face to be big enough to be useful as a face. It does kind of look like a nose, doesn't it? I think that's where I'm gonna go with this. Give him a big old nose. Big old schlonking honker. I don't want to put that much work into this. In fact, does he even need a mouth? What if he was like an octopus? I like octopuses. Let's do that. Give him like a beak. Let's see. Oh, you're saying make him like a volcanic creature? Not a bad idea. Look at this, Note Spaghetti live art. Viewer feedback edition. Now you know how it feels to be the director of a Hollywood movie. Well, it's already been an hour and 40 minutes, so I might as well spend another 30 or 40 doing all that stuff. I'm not directing a movie currently. I actually am planning at some point to make a series on this channel about short film production, but I'm gonna need a script for it, because that's the hard part for me, is coming up with a script. Maybe I can have a special guest help me write a script. I'm not good at it. Every time I try to write a story for something, it ends up becoming like this ridiculous, like complex political allegory about like how modern technology is making us all miserable and how the only solution is to return to monkey. And I end up getting more interested in the allegory than the actual story. um, yeah, I've got, I've mentioned earlier about my Richard Stallman meme collection. I've got a really great, Richard Stallman Angry Man Yells at Cloud. It's good because it's like cloud software. This guy is so, I will say technologically interested. That's a nice way of putting this. That he wrote an entire essay about how he thinks it's stupid to call programs cloud software. And I agree with them. Don't get, this is not mockery. It's just a little bit of playful jesting. In fact, I donated to his organization. So much I like this guy. But it's funny because he gets very he's very detail oriented. I suppose I'm similar to him in that way. Yeah, exactly. There's no cloud. It's just someone else's computer. That's right. Which is why if I do community stuff, then I'm going to be doing it all self-hosted on my computer, or at least my VPS, and hopefully that can be like a lesson on how to do things right. Or it'll just be a lesson in how to do things badly. We'll see. I'm not a system administrator. Now that looks like something out of like a newspaper comic strip. I like it. I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, I do like the concept art's shape. But I don't know how to make it work with this big nosy thing. Yeah, it's kind of funny that it looks goofy. I guess early on I said I wanted to try to make him look cute. Him, her, it. I suppose stones don't have that as a feature. Yeah, that big nose is going to look goofy no matter what I do. But I also don't want to wait for this to undo, so I'm just going to leave it like this. This is the part to be like, my Blender undo is so slow. Blender sucks. Use ZBrush. So here's how we're going to do the lava bits. We're going to put some metaballs in the scene. Metaballs are a lot of fun. They kind of combine with each other and produce like a continuous shape or whatever. There's a great Blender conference talk from a few years back where a guy uses metaballs to make like a chicken. Oh yeah, you know, I should probably make his eyes and mouth kind of squarish. But it's like 11:30 and I'm not going to do that. Maybe next time. I should have designed it more carefully. But I didn't want Sculpt January to turn into carefully draw a concept and crit January. That's what it would be. Oh, it's midnight. I gotta go to work tomorrow. In fact, tomorrow I'm doing some important things at work. I can't tell you much about my day job, but I've made a meticulous plan for what I'm going to be doing for the next month. And like every day has a specific task that I have to complete to stay on track. Hey, it's Ed. How you doing, Ed? How is my boy? Happy New Year. Uh, so I'm kind of paranoid that if I stay up super late, I'll be like, oh no, I can't get everything done at work today. I'm too sleepy. Someone, can you get me some coffee, please? But I was gonna stay up late watching anime or something. Anyways, better to get something done. Uh, Caleb, I'm gonna have to demote you as a mod if you encourage people to use proprietary software. Yeah, video games are software. Don't give away any personal information about me to the whole internet, please. You're gonna say all kinds of. Yes, the internet is software too. This is not an instrument. I actually would love to get a chance to work with Maya again. I'm thinking about finding a way to install it even. Uh, but it's very expensive. We'll see. What in the world? Did I deselect it? No, not the red one, please. The red one. The red one. I don't want him to look like he's crying, so I'm not going to do that over there. But maybe I could make the lava look like hair. That's silly. I did do that. That's true. He kept bringing this Amazon Alexa into my room to spy on me while I worship at my shrine to Gnu. It made me angry. So now we're going to convert this to a mesh. And we're going to sculpt over it. Should have enough geometries for us. Wonder how the cloth brush will do for this. Lava actually has almost a cloth-like texture, so look at that. It's free! Excuse me, sorry about that. I ate an entire tin of blackberries earlier. Metaballs are awesome. Thank you for asking. The way that they work is they like they use some sort of calculus function to like combine each other. So it's almost like ray marching or something. It just kind of uh, generates a shape as it goes. So this technique I'm using here, where I just like make a big blob of something and then push it back into the mesh, and then I can like selectively bring it back over. It's actually a technique that I use for sculpting hair when I'm like getting the shape of hair for a character. Eventually, I might do it in like a particle system or something, but this is how I do it. Like I make it into the mesh, and then I pull it out. This cloth brush is fun because I think it makes it look a lot thicker than like water, even though it's a liquid, right? But it still looks like it's thick and has like a lot of surface tension. Whoever's idea it was to add this to make it like lava-y, that was a good idea. Brush. That's enough of that. I'm getting sick of working. I'm such a hard worker. Everybody thinks so. It's just something you can do with rocks that's kind of gives you a little bit of free detail. Oh gosh, what have I done? I should have oh, okay, yeah. As you could do a planar unsubdivide like this, then it crunches it up into this sort of thing. And it helps emphasize those flat shapes quite a bit. And of course, the normals are hideous here. We're still going to apply it. It's going to take a few minutes. Gonna do the same thing. Maybe I should have saved it before irreversibly destroying the polygons. Manipulate it. And this guy is gonna be kind of a light purplish or dark purplish. This is called diorite mineral. And yeah, you want to know why I've relaxed about 2%? Because I've been taking St. John's wort. That's why I've relaxed. I don't think I'm gonna bother shading it too much today. I think that's probably gonna be all I do. Oh, not modifiers, I guess materials. Yeah, let's give this a light. Maybe I can't resist shading it a little bit. That's only illegal for medical purposes in my state. I actually, when I worked at a local fast food establishment, I knew a guy that ran one of those places. All right, I need you to look harder. Like, quite as reflective, I guess. And let's just give you like a texture. No, texture. Whenever I want like a bump node, I just bring in a Voronoi texture and a noise texture and multiply them. Nobody ever knows. We don't want to use UV, we want to use generated object. And then make a bump node. Oh gosh, that's too much. 32. Okay, rough. 38. No, 12. We're gonna make this distance to edge. And man, you don't get to tell me that the lava's too bright. I'm not done with the lava yet. Working on it. So get darker. Dark and reflective. This is how we do it. Somebody say screen space reflections. Uh, I'm responsible for the loss of our vision. I was gonna say I'm not responsible for the look of our cousin, because I ain't been doing any cousin weddings. Maybe officiating, but certainly not participating. You know what I'm saying? No, Ed won't even introduce me to his cousin, even though I've asked. Jerk. Mm, I'm plugging this into the roughness. Okay. Now the lava, let's give it like, I don't want to have to work hard on this, so let's plonk in a Voronoi since the edge. Oh goodness. We're going to map range. Oh, we're going to color ramp that. Go from nothing to bright orange. Biggie. We're gonna like duplicate that and multiply them. Kind of smaller or something. Well, that has a nice effect. I meant to multiply it, but mix is kind of neat too. Gonna do something similar here. How about a map range node? Just plonk that in there. Do color ramp. Failure. Set it. I'm gonna put it like B-spline, B-spline, B-spline. Uh, go. There we go. That's kind of like lava, right? We switch over to cycles. It doesn't really look better. But what we're gonna do is we're going to make this have displacement. We are going to plonk this into a displacement texture. Normal. Just gotta add zeros. Oh gosh, that's weird looking. Now it looks like one of those like Zergy things. The ones that explode. I should mix this with principled shader. Oh my. That needs to be clamped, doesn't it? Oh, no, that's fine. I'm doing a very good job explaining what I'm doing right now. Oh, you want me to add smoke too? Jeez, man. Uh, yeah, I can add smoke. See how this looks. It looks good enough. Smoke sim, huh? We're gonna smoke sim. Main. Thank you, bros. Thank you, bro. Put a physics flow in there. Flow. You're going to have an adaptive domain. Quite a bit of heat. Oodles of vorticity. Dissolve. Noise takes too long. So, how about we simulate now? Oh goodness, oh my. That's not what I want. Bit too much vorticity. A bit too much heat. Let's go back. Smoke is almost like a crapshoot. You never know what you're going to get from it. Um, yeah, that's not really what I was hoping it would do, though, to be honest. Maybe I shouldn't have messed with the settings first thing uh, without even testing what it looks like by default. You high temperature, and let's oh, can I keyframe the density? I want it to be like 1, and I want it to be like 0. Let's go. There we go. Nothing too it's actually too slow. Solves too fast. Time is going to be 12. Let's go. Cool. Now we're going to give this guy a principled volume shader and call it a day. Oh gosh. Can I see it? Info. Density. Uh, Black body node. Why am I not seeing anything? Maybe that's why. Oh, map range. Let's give us some density, shall we? Oh. This is still not doing what I expected to. Um, okay, let's do 60 frames. Give it a few extra noise. And let's go ahead and bake it. Yeah, I have no idea why I was doing that. Maybe I have to bake it first. Maybe not. Who knows? We'll find out in a second. And then I'm gonna go to sleep. But I might watch a few episodes of Mushishi. I'm not gonna do that. It's too late. I'm watching Mushishi lately. It's a pretty good show. About this guy who's like got one eye. He's got like super brains or something. He like goes from place to place helping people. Makes you wonder like how can you afford to be so nice? You should be more of a you should charge people more for your work, guy. But he goes around helping people, and I like that. I like helping people. You know, helping people's okay. It's okay to help people. No. Why does this only happen to me? Uh here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remove you. And I'm going to import. That's probably what I want. Do that. Put it there. Darn, is that only part of it? Do the rest of it then, shall we? I'll just use this one. And we're going to use that volume shader. Let's see how it looks. Nothing. I swear I know what I'm doing. I just, I'm not doing it, that's all. Oh gosh, oh my. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Somebody's probably gonna watch this and be like, oh, this is obvious what you're doing wrong. Here's what it is. It was. There we go. That's a bit too opaque now, isn't it? So we use the flame to control the emission strength. We use temperature to control the emission color. For fire, we want between like 1,200 to like 3,000, something like that. See my flame in there. There we go, there we go. All right. Maybe it shouldn't be so much flame. What we need to do is we need to decrease the black body. Or we need to, I have no idea what I'm doing here. Smoke was a good idea. I'm not sure it's gonna happen. Um, oh gosh, oh my. Oh, get it out, get it out. Well, this is what we ended up with today. Mineral creature. We're gonna go with that. Thank you if you joined me tonight. Apologize about the audio issues. I'm going to keep doing this, and I'm gonna do some of them better and some of them worse. Because because I'm just having fun here. So have a good night, people, and or don't. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm gonna have a good night. I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna sleep soundly. I'm gonna wake up on time. I'm gonna go to work hard, come back home. I'm gonna work some more. More streams to come. Yes, that's right. Maybe I'll even work on my add-on one of these days. Save it. Quit it. Alright. How do I stop this?